Hello and welcome to my first ever national trail. I'm here completing a 92-mile route that starts at Knettishall Heath and ends at the coast at Cromer. So come and join me on my journey as I follow the Peddars Way and the Norfolk Coast Path. Knettishall Heath marks the start of the Peddars Way and the Norfolk Coast Path National Trail and sits just into the county of Suffolk. Heading north, the path crosses the Little River into the county of Norfolk and also crosses the River Fete a few miles further along. Following the line of the original Roman road, the route crosses the busy A47 dual carriageway before following the path a few miles to the first village along the route, Stonebridge. The trail sticks to the original Roman road for the next 4.5 miles, passing a nature reserve at Thompson Water, and commences its final stage around field edges, along tracks, and finally along the road into the village of Little Cressingham. The start of this low-level national trail begins at the culmination of the Angles Way and the Icknield Way long-distance paths. It's 46 miles to Holme Next the Sea, where I will join the Norfolk Coast Path and continue west to Hunstanton, before finishing the remaining 4 days' walk east to the seaside town of Cromer. To begin with, the opening stretch of this trail takes me through Blackwater Carr, a wildlife-rich woodland that flanked the Little River and nearby heathland. Crossing the Little River ends the very short section in Suffolk, with the remainder of the walk set entirely within Norfolk. The Peddars Way follows the edge of West Harling Belt to the north-northwest, and it's along here and at other points throughout the day you can clearly see the earthworks marking the route to the sea. It is thought that the Peddars Way was originally an ancient prehistoric trackway, similar to that of the Ridgeway and the Icknield Way, but was Romanised by the invading overseas army. Take care when crossing the A1066, as it's a fairly busy road, but after that the path follows the edge of Thorpe Woodlands and leads down to the riverbank of the River Fete. Take a moment as you arrive at the River Fete, as the mosaic habitat of reedbed, marsh and woodland around here plays host to some rare and beautiful wildlife. A boardwalk, which is prone to flooding, leads the walker to a footbridge and the route's last encounter with water for quite a few miles. The small wood of Broom Covert is passed with its battle scars of old bomb craters, likely dating to World War II, are hidden away below the dense canopy and long forgotten. Leaving the covert, the route strikes a line along the original Roman road, aiming for the busy A47 dual carriageway. Take extra care crossing the road as there's only a small safety area between the carriageways, but once on the other side there is minimal disturbance from road noise until nearer the end of the day. Shortly after passing a small section of Thetford Forest, the path runs parallel to a dismantled railway line that once linked Thetford to Wotton and Swaffham, which opened in 1869 and later closed in 1965. There are almost no traces left of this line until further ahead at Stonebridge, which is also the first settlement reached along the Peddars Way. Stonebridge is just a small village with a handful of houses, a mill which stands just off the route dating to 1875, and the Dog and Partridge Inn dating to the late 18th century. A little over a mile of road walking leads you on a gentle ascent to Galley Hill, where a track is joined along the edge of the military zone. It's along this stretch of trackway that the first of several standing stones by Tom Perkins is encountered. The footprints of our ancestors, familiar as our own faces, remote as fossils written on clay, and washed away over and over, over and over. As the path stretches out for endless miles ahead, you may notice the faint trickle of flowing water. This is the outflow of Thompson Water, a stunning wildlife-rich nature reserve owned and managed by Norfolk Wildlife Trust. With around 400 post-glacial depressions known as Beghaus, the reserve is home to 19 species of dragonfly, 25 species of butterfly, and over 600 species of beetle. The trail passes a series of large pits before arriving at another of Tom Perkins' poems written on stone. Surveyors have made their lines on land, trapping Albion in a net of roads, a taut web on the edge of empire. This stone also marks roughly where the National Trail diverts away from the original line of the Peddars Way, due to it being lost through millennia. The original route can be seen slightly from the air, with a parch mark just over to the right, running towards the trees. We are nearing the end of our first day along the Peddars Way and the Norfolk Coast Path National Trail. This straight track leads to the B1108, where the edge of the field is followed into the village of Little Cressingham, a mile or so to the west. With a comfortable overnight stay at Sycamore House B&B, and plenty of time to relax and look ahead to the next day as we progress into the spectacular village of Castle Acre.